With 73 days to go until Christmas, rumours of shortages have already prompted people to start panic buying.
And despite pleas to remain calm, for our next guest, 'tis the season to be stockpiling, as they've already spent thousands of pounds on getting ready.
Well, we're joined now by Rachel Marsden and Pat Smith, alongside Alice Beer. Morning to all of you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. So, Rachel, how important is Christmas to you?
It's very important. It's one day at least when all my children get together, because I've got older teens. And growing up, my mum and dad, always made Christmas so special for us with their traditions, and they did spoil us a little bit too much. And I think I've just carried on their tradition, really, with my children.
So you strike me as somebody that probably does Christmas shopping early anyway, likes to get organised. But this year you started in July. Why did you start then? Were you worried?
Really worried after last year, because last year with COVID and everything that was going on, the deliveries were taking absolutely ages to get here, if they even got here at all. Some things only just arrived last month that I ordered for last year's Christmas. So I thought, especially with the shortages of drivers and lorry drivers, I did start to panic and think I need to get out there and get them, or we might have a horrible Christmas.
Well, you've also got a 3-year-old, which explains a lot of the stuff that you've got behind you. Is it all about presents?
Yeah.
Is that essential?
No. I am aware that, it shouldn't be all about gifts, and there's not everyone who can buy, a large amount of gifts for their children. So I've booked things for the run-up for Christmas. So Santa's, days out, and we all go for afternoon tea with the family around Christmas, and then a massive Christmas dinner at my mum's on Christmas Day with games and things. So I try to balance it out. I know that I buy too many gifts. I do know that.
So wouldn't this have been the perfect year to stop and think, right, OK, I buy too much? The days out, they're the things that they're going to remember. They're the things they're going to love. The afternoon teas.
Yeah.
You can't stockpile those. No shortage of that. So you can go out to afternoon tea. You're surrounded by presents that, next year they'll probably mostly be forgotten. Your 3-year-old won't play with a lot of that stuff. And we're told today that the Conservative Party chairman, Oliver Dowden's, said that the situation in the UK's commercial ports are improving. Britain should shop normally for Christmas. He said, I'm confident that people will be able to get their toys for Christmas. Isn't what you're doing quite selfish in the fact that you're buying a shed load of stuff, probably more than you need, and preventing other people from maybe who would just want to buy 1 or 2 presents from getting what they want?
I'm not buying more than one of the items, so I'm not doing like some people do and buy to sell on to make a profit or anything like that. So I'm just buying one of each thing. So I'm not kind of stopping anyone else from buying them. And I have been buying for the last few months slowly to like a trickle rather than just run out and clear the shelves in a shop. So I don't think it's selfish, and it's one day that I like to make really, really special, and we wait all year for it. And I do sacrifice a lot of stuff through the year to make Christmas really special.
Yeah. I understand, and ultimately it's your choice, it's your family. What you want to do with your money is up to you. You're not alone in this. We've got Pat, who's an admin assistant. She's got a 20-month-old daughter. You're sitting there surrounded by gifts and presents too. But for you, it's not just the presents, it's the food as well that you've been stockpiling.
Yes, I have. I've not stockpiled on things that, like the turkeys and everything. I've more gone candy canes and crisps. I've gone more for everyone, really, for the family, not just for me.
And is that essential?
To us, I would say yes. I mean, this is kind of what Christmas is about to us. To me, personally, it's all about family. I mean, every year it's that time where family that you didn't see for the rest of the year gets together.
But is Christmas all about crisps?
No, it's not. But it's snacks and stuff and things that we're going to have. I mean, we've got shortbreads, we've got all the sweets, we've got all the crisps, we've got the cookies and everything. Stuff that we're just going to snack on throughout the Christmas period, really.
And so is your worry kind of what you've been seeing in the news with the lorry drivers and all the sort of stuff that come sort of that last run up to Christmas, the week before Christmas? Are you expecting that the shelves are going to be bare? Is that the concern?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, last year with everything that everyone did, I mean, the panic buying and everything that everyone did, it made it a lot harder just to get anything. It wasn't just Christmas stuff, it was anything really. So I kind of just over the last few months decided I don't want to be in that same predicament this year.
And I think a lot of people are feeling that as well for both of you, thinking, right, OK, well, it was tricky last year. What's it going to be like this year? What do your friends think?
At first, I think they were a little bit like, wow, why so much stuff? But I think as time's gone on, and obviously as we've seen in the media with the shortage of lorry drivers and stuff, and obviously the panic buying of the petrol, I think people have seen now how extreme everybody else can go. And a lot of people have now been asking me what shops I've gone to, what bargains I got, what time of day I went, so that they could do similar things.
So, Alex, I mean, the thing is that clearly we're all a little bit scarred by what happened last year. We've seen how quickly when that pendulum swings, how suddenly, you know, shelves are empty. So let's just kind of calm things down a bit and talk a bit of sense, because actually it's all right.
Look, we have a massive responsibility sitting here to calm things down, because the reality is that people are not stockpiling. I spoke to the British Retail Consortium yesterday, and they are the trades association for all the big retailers. They have a daily chat with all the major supermarkets, all the major stores, and they said, hand on heart, this is not what retailers are seeing. They are not seeing people pushing massive trolleys through their shops and gathering and gathering. And you look at what Pat and Rachel are doing. Are they stockpiling? Actually, I think they're just doing what they would do normally.
In advance?
In advance, yes. And are they being greedy and selfish? I think actually there's probably reasons why both of them need to do that. And if that makes them feel comfortable to be surrounded by what they need for Christmas, then I'm not judging them for that. But the situation is that, yes, there are some empty shelves in supermarkets, and we have had half a century of abundance with food in the supermarkets. The retailers are saying, the grocers are saying that if everyone went out and bought all their Christmas puddings this week, all their Christmas cakes next week, what they would do is they would prioritise what's coming in on the HGVs that we do have, and they might take out some other lines, like there might be less choice of pasta or something else, but they would bring in more Christmas cakes and more Christmas puddings. So they would just adjust what's coming in. Then you see the headlines of what's going on at Felixstowe, and you think, oh my goodness, the toys. I mean, headlines like this in the eye.
This looks catastrophic, but then again, you don't know whether it normally looks like that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's a very busy port. It copes with 36%. It's our largest port. It copes with 36% of our imports and also our exports. So it is vital. Felixstowe working is vital. You know, ships unable to dock and unload goods for Christmas. What's true is that Felixstowe does handle a lot of those Christmas goods, the bikes, the consumer items, the homeware goods, the toys. They do go into Felixstowe, but because they've been diverted to other ports, it doesn't mean that they're not going to get to us. They're going to simply be diverted to Rotterdam or to other British ports, and they
Rotterdam's not a British port?
No, sorry, two British ports,
right?
Or to Rotterdam and to other ports, and they will be unloaded onto smaller ships, and they will be able to get to British ports, and they will be able to come. They will be probably delayed by about a week.
Which, bearing in mind, we've got 8 weeks till Christmas.
We have, but traditionally, the end of October, the October pay packet is what people use to buy the toys. So they will be buying them way in advance anyway. So there is still plenty of time. And this is just a commercial decision that they have made. So in America, they decided to keep their container ships on offshore. So we had Containergate in the US, which we're not seeing in the British papers, where 60 container ships were held offshore. And that didn't work. That was a really bad commercial decision. So they've decided, no, divert to Rotterdam, to other ports, offload into smaller ships and get the goods into British ports. 7-day delay. Yeah. It's not a problem. Things will come. There may be shortages, but there will be alternatives. There is no reason why we should not have everything that we need for a good Christmas, and the retailers are being very serious about that. If you think when there was massive, we thought it was stockpiling last March, they did a big survey of 100,000 people and found that actually only 3% of those shoppers were genuinely taking more than they needed. The rest of people were actually just putting in the odd bit that was sort of over and above their normal shop. So just calm down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank